Toyota has been a long-time contributor to the Japanese car market, but after what the company's CEO had to say recently, it seems like the legacy automaker is packing its bags and shutting down production in its home country. Is this really the end for Toyota? While the news is shocking, Toyota is merely keeping in line with the changing market. Consumers who were previously keen on buying sedans now prefer the much sleeker SUVs and crossovers. That said, the Japanese brand saw little value in continuing the sale of the Camry sedan in its home market given the low volumes. According to the latest report from Nikkei Asia, the sedan has long been a staple of the automaker's annual salaries. Every year so far, Toyota has managed to sell over 600,000 units in the US, which is a far greater number compared to Japan. The automaker's flagship model is one of the top-selling cars in the West, with increasing popularity across 100 markets. In fact, the vehicle is offered in two different powertrains, petrol and petrol hybrid. But the Japanese mid-size sedan is not popular in its home country, and so Toyota has been forced to shut down sales. The company plans to wrap up production by the end of the year. According to reports, most dealers have stopped taking new orders already. However, Toyota will not be losing revenue with this decision. The auto manufacturer managed to sell over 13 million units in the US alone, but sales in Japan only accounted for a disappointing 1%. That amounts to 6,000 units last year. It's an end to the company's 43rd long history, with 13 million Camrys being sold in Japan since its debut in 1980. During this time, the vehicle has gone through a monumental 10 generations, making the Camry more than a bestseller in Japan. It's a symbol of Toyota's commitment to good old comfort and reliability all over the world. Over the years, it's given competitors, namely Honda and Nissan, a good run for their money. Unfortunately, both automakers pulled out their Camry competitors, the Accord and the Ultima, respectively, out of the competition a long time ago, leaving Toyota the last one making mid-size sedans in the market. However, the Camry sedan is not the only vehicle getting the boot. Nameplates like Honda Legend and Nissan Fuga have also been seeing dwindling sales in recent times. Same goes for the Honda Civic, which was discontinued in Japan in 2020, even though this vehicle is heavily sought after in the US. That said, Toyota is not the first company to stop the production of its passenger car models. Other car manufacturers in the business have done the same. In fact, there's been a general trend of industry-leading automakers stopping the production of sedans. Back in 2018, Ford announced that it was stopping the production of most of its sedans except for the Mustang to focus on SUVs and trucks. Fiat Chrysler automobiles started way before Ford by dropping Dodge Dart small cars and the Chrysler 200 in 2016. Back in 2018, General Motors announced that it would be stopping the production of 6 passenger car models, namely the Cadillac CT6, the first car that features the Super Cruise partially automated driving system, and the Chevrolet Volt, which was the car manufacturer's first plug-in the EV hybrid. Other models getting the axe were the Chevrolet Cruze, the Chevrolet Impala, the Buick LaCrosse large luxury sedan car, and the Cadillac XTS large luxury sedan. GM had the same reasons as Toyota today. It was a move to shift the company's focus to more innovative EVs and pickup trucks. Mitsubishi also followed suit and discontinued its passenger cars in the US in 2019. Smart, a subsidiary of Daimler AG, also revealed plans for leaving the US market in 2020, citing low sales and high costs as the reason. However, most of these automakers did promise to continue providing services for their already sold models. That said, Toyota will continue production of the Camry in Japan, though for sale in other markets, North America being one. Though the same can't be said about Canada, as Camry sales fell 14% last year. In the middle of all of this, many have been wondering if the new generation could change things. If all things go well, then most definitely yes. However, the newer model is not expected until 2024, but consumers still have high expectations from the new generation. Many suspect that the sedan will follow the lead of the Highlander crossover and replace the 3.5-liter V6 with a turbocharged 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine. The Camry hybrid version might retain the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter engine. Consumers also expect the new version of the Camry model to borrow the best features of the Crown and the new Prius, but more importantly, there are high hopes that the new cabin will be fitted with Toyota's brand new multimedia system, finally joining the ranks of newer models who already have it. Though consumers are buzzing with anticipation for the newer model, the current 2023 Camry model is no less than impressive. It remains a symbol of comfort and dependability, all the while embracing new innovation. The newer Camry is fitted with next-level safety technologies and is available in either a hybrid version or a TRD version with a V6 engine. Even if the newer model could retrieve the love for sedans in the consumer market, one has to wonder why we get here in the first place. According to Jake Fisher, director of auto testing at Consumer Reports, a big reason as to why sedan sales are down is because consumers enjoy the seating position, the comfort, and the luxury that comes from riding in SUVs. He further added that as baby boomers and Generation X drivers get older, they see the benefits of owning an SUV, the most important one being how easy it is to get into an SUV. That said, the Japanese now prefer the minivan for their family trips. It's no secret that the modern cars are bigger, better, and badder, which explains the shift as well. The situation has gotten so bad in recent years that Honda CR-V is not even sold in Japan. The Japanese ship comes a decade after dwindling sales in the US and European markets. However, what makes the consumer shift in Japan so shocking is that it's happening in the middle of a whamming population and low birth rates. One would expect the Japanese population to go for smaller and more fuel-efficient cars, but what analysts are seeing is the complete opposite. The shift might have something to do with the fact that people have a general preference for vehicles that make them feel dominant on the road. Not to mention that at the end of the day, an SUV means more space and more comfort. Another reason that might specifically explain the dwindling of Camry sales in Japan might be that the company also sold two off-road sedans as well in the region, namely Mark X and Crown. Compared to the Camry, these cars were more luxurious and offered more comfort, along with features much sleeker looks. The fact that they offer a rear-wheel drive didn't help either, kind of like killing its own sales. It wouldn't be the first time either. Back in the 90s, Toyota introduced two versions of the Camry for the US and the Japanese market. A stark difference in sales showed the US model was better received, though most of it was hard to do with the companies meeting road requirements on the exterior. It was clear where the consumer preferences lay. Fast forward to the 2000s, and Toyota decided to only sell the hybrid version in Japan. A wise decision since it helped boost sales, but once again showed what consumers liked: innovation. Whether the ghost of Japan will follow Toyota in other markets as well, forcing it to close the sedan chapter permanently, remains to be seen. Other legacy automakers have already seen sedan sales dwindle in the US market. The Avalon had to be pulled back from the market in 2022 due to the similar reasons, but Toyota has been trying to keep the US audience engaged by coming out with new models like the Crown. That said, Toyota faces no threat of losing business since it has plenty of other vehicles that are bringing in revenue. The Corolla remains a big contributor to the company's sales, along with the Corolla Axo. Let's not forget the Mirai and the Prius as well. Even as Toyota closes the chapter of its history, it won't erase the Camry's place as an icon in the industry. It was the car maker's second world car that took Toyota to new heights on the global stage. Regardless of what the numbers say, the Camry will always remain one of the best-selling cars ever. Click one of the two videos on your screen right now.